Chris and Pops, we're off to go get some lunch. So yeah. And our goal is to at least make one person laugh. I'm talking about like that deep belly laugh and smile. So because we're goofy and we're a couple goobers, we'll definitely be able to do it. So I was talking to my sweetie the other day, and he was like, sometimes, you know, like I get tired of being in the house. I'm like, well, just do like I do. You know, just get in your Vortex mobile and just drive wherever you're guided to drive. You know, feel into your spirit, feel into the energy, and that's where the magic happens. That's where you can go on adventures. Like, I'm guided to go in the right lane, so I am. And me and Dad, Pops, are gonna go find. I want to take him to a place he's never ate before, because I love doing that, because it's you know, it's not the destination, it's the journey. So we're going on a journey. So I'm excited. Yes. Oh, I want to give mad props to all the truck drivers out there. Like, I don't care if you're delivering beer. I don't care if you're delivering Coca-Cola products. I don't care what you're delivering. If you're driving a semi, wow. Oh my goodness, Dad was just pointing out to me. What would you call that? That's like part of the interstate. Wow. That's amazing. So yeah, shout out to those truck drivers that are taking parts of the interstate to the construction site and making that happen, because what I saw 2 semis. Wow, that was amazing. And the way they have to turn, you know, and that's another thing, you know, people out in the road, please be aware of your environment and make sure you give these truck drivers room to turn their trucks. And if you have a brain fart and you're really close to the traffic light because you can't wait for it to turn green and there's no one behind you, just put it in reverse, be safe. Let these truck drivers and bus drivers too, I'm giving you guys mad props, let them be able to turn, you know, safe. Because, like, you know, think about it. Put yourself in your brother's shoes, your sister's shoes, because we're all brothers and sisters. What's that? Where do you want to stop? Okay, well, just remind me. I got you, Dad. But yeah, so just be aware of your environment. You know, it's just like, if you're at a train track, would you just keep going and let the train plow over you? No, you have common sense that you don't want to die, right? Use your common sense and make sure that you're being, you know, respectful to these truck drivers, because they're on the road. Sometimes they drive 24 hours straight. And I hate to say it, but, you know, that's a lot. You know, that's dangerous, you know. I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. I don't hate to say it. That word, I don't like that word, hate. I don't hate to say it. I want to say this. I want to. So even I can change my verbology, okay? And verbs are action words, but adjectives, you know, obviously describe words. So my verbs and adjectives, you know, I try to modify and change up. So I want to say that, you know, they're like heroes on the road. They're the warriors. Okay, so you guys, I'm at a stoplight. You guys are at traffic light. You guys are the road warriors. And I love you guys so much. And I just want you to know that as road warriors, that I understand. I used to work for a company called Schwann's. I worked at a company for over a year, and great company. Like I learned a lot, you know, having my own route and traveling. And I was a saleswoman, and it was funny because when I worked at the depot, I was the only woman, and it was funny because, like, they were all older guys. They're like, you know, veterans of the company. So you can imagine me coming in there with the red lipstick on, you know. They're like, oh, here we go. But believe it or not, I ended up making friends with all of them. I got to ride in each one of their trucks and learn something from them. And they're amazing guys. So, you know, props to you Schwan delivery guys out there, because you guys rock. And I learned a lot from riding with you. You know, there's this one guy, I don't know if I'm friends with him on Facebook or not, but he was really, I probably shouldn't say, he wouldn't care. His name's Jerry, and he was a biker also, and man, he could make some great barbecue. And I'll never forget riding with him. Oh my God, he had so many great stories, you know. And there is, like I said, so many amazing guys. I have so many stories. I have stories when I worked in the OR that I can tell you guys about my SPD superheroes. Mad props to them. But back to the truck drivers, you know, you guys are the road warriors. You guys are amazing. I love you guys, and I just think that what you do, you know, for America, you know, you guys might not be in the military, or you may be veterans. You know, what do I know? I just want to say thank you for your service and what you provide, you know, for the community, and just you know for the state. And without you, you know, we wouldn't be able to have, you know, our favorite things. So I love you guys. Also too, what came to my mind is Amazon drivers, postal workers, FedEx, you know, all you delivery drivers, like, mwah, I love you, love you, love you, love you. You guys are amazing. And so just know that, like, I just want everybody to think about when you're on the road that you need to be super, super, super safe, and stop getting so damn pissed off with your road rage, you know, when postal workers or semis or bus drivers, you know, might be taking a little bit longer than, you know, they should, because you don't know what's going on. You know, you do not know what's going on in their mind. You don't know. But if you put yourself in their shoes, and you remember that day on the way to work and you found out some bad news, or you weren't feeling good, well, you know what? They're going through that. So be, you know, be nice and be kind and be respectful. And, you know, just, I remember growing up, me and my brothers used to do this. And the truck drivers always would honk their horn. You know, they're great guys. They're amazing, you know. And shout out to the ones that have side businesses too. You know who you are. You're amazing too, you know. Like, there's guys that truck drive and then they go home, you know, and they do mechanic work. You know, there's guys that truck drive, go home and they take care of, you know, their family because their wife is a nurse. Like, you don't know the situations. So, in saying that, you know, just make sure that next time you see somebody at a gas station and they're delivering beer or Coke or whatever, just give them a pat on the back. Be like, hey, I just want you to know that you're fucking awesome. And you are amazing because you do this every day. And you're on the road. You're a road warrior. Like give them a high five and let them know that they're a beast, you know. And the best kind of beast, you know, because beast starts with the letter B, which means brave. And you're the best. You are the best. You're my road besties, and I love you guys, because when I travel and I go to my dad's and I go to work, you know, over in the villages, you know, or if I'm, you know, going back to my daughter's, or when, you know, wherever I go, I love to travel to Savannah, Georgia as well, you know. And so New Smyrna Beach, like St. Augustine, Cassadaga, you know, and I'm going to continue to travel when I can. So, yeah, but it's all about taking your power back and have the energy to do it. So now that I have the energy to do it, because I took my power back, and the way you take your power back is you realize you don't need outside validation. You don't need people to validate, you know, the fact that you're a badass and that you're awesome. You validate that on your own, you know, because when you do that and you straighten that crown and you walk with pride and you realize that you are not what happened to you in your past, that's when you evolve, become a superhuman. And, you know, I don't know about you, but, you know, I've seen my dad go through some really hard times, and he always helps with his fellow veteran or his neighbor or anybody, family. And even though there's not a lot of people that come and visit him, he still has a smile on his face, and he still, does God's work, and he's 85. So let me tell you, that's why, he calls me princess. That's why his princess comes and picks him up and takes him places, and we do things because I enjoy being around him. And this is an example of what you need to do with your elders. Don't tell me if you don't have a mom or dad or grandpa. There's people out there, that have fought for their countries and that would love for you to spend time with them. My dad used to take me to nursing homes when I was younger, and I enjoyed, being able to, help them and just hold their hand and just, hear the stories, and that's what it's all about, is you have to be part of your community. So shout out to the people that do. I know who you are, and I love you guys. I'm not here to lecture you. I'm here to just give you some dragon wisdom and just let you know that, don't do it because you want to be blessed. Do it because you actually enjoy it. And because you do it because you enjoy it and you're making another person happy, you will be blessed. I love you so much. And mad props to those truck drivers out there. Y'all keep being sexy. I love you.